Ever wonder what kinds of foods people have eaten besides a burger and a side of fries? Let's expand outside of fast food and into the local lives of culture eating inside of India. India has extreme tastes that are quite unique. Put down those chips and prepare to maybe munch on some different snacks instead, like creepy crawlies and more. We'll explore them together. What may seem unusual may soon turn out to be very interesting and tasty to you after these top picks. So, let's get into it, shall we? The top 10 unusual foods that only exist in India. Snails. We know what you're thinking. How could snails have any value in taste? Well, these snails are first cooked alive. They're tossed in the water to cleanse a few minutes, boiled, and drained. The shell, of course, isn't eaten. It's the snail's body, or the foot, that is. A knife is used to scoop the snail out of its shell, put it in a bowl, and then set to be cleansed. The cleansing of the snails is the best part. They're cleaned with turmeric and rock salt. Then they're hand-washed for a few minutes. After being drained once again, they're ready to be cooked. The snails are served with vegetables, amongst other spices, into a pot. Their taste is unique and noted to be yummy and spicy. But you might want to slow down eating on that one. These types of snails are unique to India, and you can only find them there.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for y'all that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Elephant's foot. We're putting our foot down on this one because it's not what you think. Elephant's foot is actually a yam, a popular vegetable that's commonly grown and raised as a cash crop. The elephant's foot has a long process from cleaning to cooking. When cooked with mincemeat and dynamic spices, it becomes a wonderful dish. The process starts off with a fresh elephant foot being picked. It's purged in water, getting rid of the soil and any of the earth's natural impurities. The yam is then carved with knives to remove the tough skin. Elephant's foot also helps in the medical field with eye diseases. So put down those carrots and eat plenty of elephant's foot, boys and girls. Red ants. So, the last one wasn't bad enough? No, that was just an elephant foot. Now let's get ready for some tasty ants. Don't get antsy on me now, guys. Just listen. Oh, that's a bad joke. Some people may know red ants to have a harmful sting, but they aren't poisonous. In fact, their eggs and the red ants themselves make a fine chutney. Yep, chutney originates in India and is a mix of sugar, vinegar, and other spices. It makes you think the astonishing spices in India can make anything into great foods. What makes the ants great is their sweet and sometimes spicy taste when mixed into the chutney. Oh, here we go, bee larvae. Has anyone ever played The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and Link collected bee larvae? It isn't made up of food he gains health from. People actually eat bee larvae. For people that don't know what bee larvae are, it's bee eggs, hatched. Their forms are armless and bland-looking grub. They incubate in the wax cell, in which they never leave. I had to throw a joke in there because I'm about to puke. The way they're eaten is by having the larvae piled onto a rock that's heated by fire. They're first plucked and then thrown onto the rock. Then they're seasoned with spices and oil. Once thoroughly cooked, they are ready to be eaten. Gained an appetite yet? I'm getting close. Where's my wastebasket? Fermented bamboo shoots. Now I'm thinking of nothing but rotten eggs in a trash bin. All right, hey, bamboo may seem very tough to eat, but it's possible when putting into a recipe known as dry bamboo. The bamboo is cut from the bud of a bamboo tree. Then it's carved and cut down to its stem cavity. The pieces are cut up and thrown into the water to be cleansed. After taking those pieces out, they're laid out to dry. Think they're ready to eat yet? No. In fact, drying takes 3 days until they're ready to be added into the recipe itself. Bamboo is a most versatile resource and is greatly valued among the Apatani people. Almost every family owns its own nursery of bamboo plants, where they grow a unique species that was imported from Central Asia centuries ago. Well, at least that didn't throw up. Well, you can take the wastebasket back. Oh no, give it back. Silkworm. Well, don't squirm like a worm on this one. Well, it cuts down the gag reflex, the jokes do. Silkworms are part of the moth family. In India, local markets sell silkworms. Also, it's a common street food, making it common consumption. They are noted to be an environmental delicacy. But why would you want to waste Earth's delicious nutrients when they're right there, not to be wasted like that? Well, when boiled, they have a bitter smell and taste. Yet, when biting into them, they burst in your mouth with juices. Who doesn't love good food and a good crunch and bursting with flavor? Oh. Do you know any foods that have the same effect when eating them? Mayonnaise? I don't know. Frogs. Ever had the chance to dissect frogs in high school? You were only a few steps away from being able to cook the frogs. In India, frogs are eaten. Yes, they're cut open with all their insides cleaned out, as they should be. The frogs that are eaten, though, are Indian bullfrogs. Indian bullfrogs are famously known as the jumping chicken. This is sounding good. The famous name makes more sense when compared to the actual taste of chicken. Fried frog legs, oh, now we're talking. What? No, they're good. Are considered to have great medicinal properties by the lepchas community in curing dysentery and other stomach problems. Chickening out on this one? No. Well, maybe you might. Or should we say frogging out? Yes, you would be. You're a chicken. You're a frog. Roasted rats. Oh, well, before you get grossed out, you should know the Alampur Gunpura village in the eastern India state of Bihar is the poorest of the poor. Not having much of any resources, they must survive and eat what they can. Most of the village go hungry and catch what they can. Unfortunately, catching the rat is another challenge. The rats are skinned alive with the villagers' bare hands. The rats are stuck through with a stick and held over an open fire. Can you imagine yourself having to be looked down upon for trying to survive by any means possible? I'd eat rat. A little salt and pepper, barbecue, yeah. Street food Mumbai. Street food in Mumbai consists of the most unusual foods that people call exotic. Street food has unusual things like goat hearts and their brains. Well, besides the exotic foods, they have drinks as well, like buffalo milk. Sounds yummy and worth a try. Think the milk sounds good? They also have delicious sweet desserts made from buffalo milk and from goat milk too. It's extremely healthy to eat. It has a creamy taste as well, healthy and creamy. Would you try the same thing? Because earlier we said to expand outside a hamburger. Well, India itself has one, made with a large fried potato dumpling and a fresh chili. Very spicy and unique taste. Okay, so a burger wouldn't be so bad. Garlic shrimp. Garlic shrimp consist of fresh shrimp, freshly caught, and having their shells and excess feces being taken off of them. I think that's the right thing to do. They're cleansed with garlic and other spices like red flakes to be prepared with the shrimp. They're all thrown into one pot, cooked, and served together. Their shrimp recipe is derived from an American recipe, so it's not too much different than how other people prepare their shrimp at home. Now we're talking some eating. I'll be waiting for the invite. Now that we've uncovered the 10 unusual foods that only exist in India, imagine yourself having to choose between those 10. Which one would you choose? Which one would you definitely not want to choose? All right, if I had to pick between bee larvae and silkworms, if I had to, I'd take my chances with the silkworms. But silkworms have, silkworms have unique sauces and spices added to it that made it seem more appealing. Any other unusual foods from India you'd like to share? What's your opinion on this food list? Let me know in the comments below and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the next video. So look out for your comment. Now it's time for a featured comment from one of our previous videos, and this one's from the Unusual Kids Born with Superpowers episode. Lily's Pack of Wolves. She writes, when somebody cries diamonds, I cry diamonds. Not really. I cry every day so I can be rich. You can tell she's really business savvy because if someone could cry diamonds, they would use it to get rich. Most definitely. I would. Take a flight to Hatton Garden in London, England, and, the diamond district there. Cry a few diamonds, put me on a retainer. I'd be good.